Average Chris from the Average Chris YouTube channel. And just another quick techers update from this week's squatting. Yeah, again, a bit like the deadlift. Kind of went back to the drawing board really and started trying to work out what it is and what it isn't. Unfortunately, the last few months it's been more isn't than is, but we've kind of turned a bit of a corner. Again, sort of realising the geometry of my legs. I've got long legs and short arms, as you can probably kind of see from the video. And what I was trying to do was kind of follow the squat form of someone I liked on the internet that I thought was right. And as I found that everyone's slightly different, and in that way you kind of got to squat to what you've got really. And I've got to try and get rid of the length of my legs somewhere underneath my body, so then I can kind of hit the right sort of depth. So a couple of things that I kind of picked up on. The first one was whereabouts my feet were and how my toes are pointing. I try to keep them as straight as I can, but what I kind of realise is I need my hips and my knees especially to be pointing quite wide apart to help me sort of like reduce the distance I have to travel, and also how badly my back leans forward. So spread the feet out a little bit, and then obviously because of the way the knees are pointing, the toes should really be pointing as well. That meant that I have to kind of splay my toes a little bit. This kind of did help with my my ankle roll, because I've been suffering with that quite a bit. And also what it meant massively was that my back was nowhere near as forward, which then meant obviously that my back could take the weight a little bit better, as you can kind of see here. So you can see straight away the difference. So the second thing that I kind of picked up on was kind of where the weight should feel, and what I mean by that is whereabouts in the foot the weight should feel, because obviously I had quite a bit of forward lean trying to keep my knees and my feet straight. It meant that the weight was drifting through the squat over my toes rather than staying over midfoot, where I feel I could really get a lot more efficiency and a lot more power to drive the weight back up. So you can kind of see here that the weight looks very much as though it's kind of over midfoot, and that's because you probably see from the start of here, before I even start going, what I tend to do is push my hips forward a bit more now, so the weight is already centered over midfoot, which made quite a bit of difference with how it felt and how I drove it. So I'm not constantly chasing the bar forward, trying to keep it behind my hips and sort of like over midfoot. It's always there through the whole lift. So a combination of the toes pointing the right way, the legs a bit further apart so that the heels are actually sort of underneath where your shoulders are, if you like, and then pushing the hips forward before you set off. The big problem I kind of had was when I was coming down towards the bottom of the squat to try and keep the weight something like stable. It meant that it drifted forward, which then compromised my lower back, which rounded. So with me not being able to get the tightness in my lower back meant that when I started pushing, the back just was rounding and rounding and rounding, and the weight was going forward and forward and forward, which then kind of meant that it was a bit of a battle all the way back to the top. So the hips forward was a massive thing. I've seen a few people do it and kind of trying to work out what they were doing, and then when I tried it, you could instantly feel as your hips go forward, your abs engage a lot more, to the point where I kind of get it to a point where I feel it's getting tight. That also allowed me then to be able to sort of brace my abs a lot better, and it just felt loads more comfortable. As you can just sort of see, the speed of these is the best it's been for quite a while. I'm kind of looking forward to squatting a bit more now. There's a kind of little bit of forward roll on that one, but it kind of caught me off guard. I'm still trying to get used to the balance of it. So you're just sort of flying through these a little bit. I think I did about 8 in total. So it felt a lot better. There's no background in there at the bottom, whereas if you look at my other squats, there's a little bit. See a little bit of hip drive towards the forward there. Just trying to be mindful of keeping the knees out. The knees are kind of the last things you're trying to bring back in when you're going along. Yeah, so really quite happy with the squats at the minute. It's working really well. I'm trying to work out how to do this. Hang on, pause. There we go. So again, deadlifts and squats kind of turned a bit of a corner really. Again, all it was YouTubing all the things I could think of. Why does my back round when I do this? Why does this feel like that? And then a combination of about 100 hours of YouTube watching and analysing videos of where I think I'm going wrong, kind of pointing me back to this again. So 2 things. work out kind of where your legs need to be and how your knees need to travel to try and work out the best leverage for the size of the limbs you've got, and then also trying to work out where the weight is, make sure it's over midfoot, and you'll get the most efficient drive as you're trying to push it back up again. Again, not an expert in this, it's just the stuff that made a massive difference to me when I started lifting. So yeah, hopefully you guys have found this useful. I'm not rambling on too much. Yeah, so hopefully you'll keep your eye out for any further videos. So yeah, thanks for listening. I've been Average Chris from the Average Chris YouTube channel, and yeah, I'll keep you guys up to date and try and post a few more of these. So thanks for listening, and see you later.